Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's fantastic. We're going live right now. If you can see me in the comments, put comments down below. If you can hear me, the right way and all that stuff, put comments down below as well. If you for whatever reason you're watching this in the replay, just know that I appreciate the support. Appreciate everybody that is watching, and I appreciate pretty much all you guys out there. You guys are fantastic. If you want to support the channel, it's obviously many different ways to do it. You could join the squad. There's going to be a section. Actually, I want to bring that up here in the channel that it would allow you guys to become member of the channel. Let me bring it up real quick. I want you guys to see this as well. I hope everybody's having a good night, and I hope everybody's enjoying, your day, whatever you're doing. Let me know where you're watching from, whatever state, whatever. If you're watching from a specific location, anything you want us to know, definitely let us know down in the comments section below. Actually, I just posted a video just about 2 hours or so ago. So if you check it out, definitely let me know down in the comment section. There have been a lot of talk about BLN and things like that. And some of the protests that we have seen has been insane, literally insane. And man, there is so much to talk about, when it comes to then and what's going on here in the community. I think I got it. I should have set up this before I started talking. Anyway, if you want to be part of the member squad, there's a thing right there. You guys can see there in my link that says join. You could do that as well. You could become a patron. People ask me how to support the channel. You could become a patron. You could use our Amazon links. You could click in a link, buy whatever you want, and we actually get a kickback out of that. But ultimately, one of the best ways to support the channel is by sharing the videos. Definitely share the videos. It's just something that I appreciate, you guys sharing and all that. This kind of videos don't get to promote it a lot of times on YouTube. So by you guys sharing the videos and things like that, it does help a lot. I want to ask a lot of questions to you guys. I want to talk about where our country's heading to. I just want to talk in general. I have some time, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to jump here, be live, talk to some of you guys, address some of you guys' comments and things like that, and just have a good time. Let's hit the intro and let's talk about this. Man, I love StreamYard. I love this. I actually pay $25 a month to be able to use this system. I dig it. I love it. It's so fantastic to be able to bring comments and all that. Like I said, I pay like $25 a month, and I think it's such a good program. If you guys been around with me for quite some time, you guys remember the old live streams. They weren't this fancy. You couldn't play, intros and all that. Let me say what's up to some of you guys that are out there. AOG is in the house. What's up, sir? I hope you're doing good. Gary's in the house as well. We got Keith in the house. Can you see me now? It's in the house. I like that. Let me see who else is out there. There we go. Keith said he's watching from Kentucky. That's awesome. Second A Rebel. I like that name too. It's from Utah. Appreciate that. AOG said I didn't get notified on the video. Man, I just did this very quickly. To be completely honest, I don't know if I don't know if you two had enough time to notify anybody, because I just set it up. I put the link on Patreon for my patrons, and I came up here and I started talking. Gary's is watching from Kansas. Gary's is awesome, dude. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to his channel and check out his channel. So all right, so here's the thing. I wanted to talk about this for a little bit. Some of you guys are here in the prepping community, and the gun community slash prepping slash whatever, and a lot of you guys are doing a lot of preparedness and things like that. And I like some of you guys because some of you guys are just regular dudes. Some of you guys work hard, have a regular job, and you do your little bit of preparation. A lot of times people tend to go into the crazy side, specifically the news and things like that. They put us out there like we just crazy people, when in fact we're just regular people. And when you start meeting people that kind of believe the same thing, kind of think the same thing, You start learning about people, knowing people, and all that. Then you realize that you're not by yourself. You realize that there's people out there just like you that have decided that, you know what, it's not okay to get abused. It's okay to defend your house. It's okay to defend your family. And you're just, a hardworking American that want to protect your people, your family, and your place. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times the news kind of put us in a different level where we just bunch of crazy dude with guns. It's kind of unfair, but we know that it's just a propaganda machine, and that's just kind of how it's going, right? So again, some of you guys are just doing some preparations and things like that. So if you're doing anything, let me know down in the comment section below, and let me know what you're doing. And I kind of read it out up here and just start talking to you guys about this. If you guys got any comments, put in there. We talk about it as well. I really don't have any course of action. Like I didn't write nothing down. I just came here to talk for a little bit. But it's kind of crazy because as I look at our country and I think to myself, are we heading in the right direction? I mean, there is literally like a split in the middle. There is one side that is really, in my opinion, not heading in the right direction, total heading into destruction and chaos. And then there is another side that is, to me, is kind of like trying to head in the right direction, right? And that's kind of how I see it. Not we're not all perfect. There's always a lot of times I get attacked and people tell me, well, Republicans are not perfect. And, I definitely agree with that. I don't agree with everything that we have seen in the Republican Party. But a lot of times I feel that this is just like, you have to pick a side. If you don't pick a side, if you don't pick a side and make your vote count, you really won't have a leg to stand on. You really can. You weren't part of the solution, right? And as I see the two sides, and I think to myself, what direction as we heading to? A lot of times we think to, like people here think, well, it's all about guns, but to me, it's not all about guns. Like really not. Like I lately I haven't even done any gun videos no more because you know what? Really hasn't been any gun out there that has made me smile. I call it made me smile. Like if I see a gun that I like, all right, I save my pennies, I buy it, I do videos and things like that. But lately, there hasn't really been any guns out there. They're all about the same. They all have 17 rounds. They all have decent triggers. They all have decent ergonomics. They all shoot better than me. So a lot of times, people, I just guns is just guns. So to me, when I come to the community here and I talk to some of you guys, people go like, well, does Trump really support the Second Amendment? And I overall, yes, he has said things in the past that I just don't agree. He had some statements about bump stocks and things like that I was like, nah, not necessarily. But overall, in a bigger, generally speaking, he does support the Second Amendment. And a lot of people kind of attack him over that. But you know what? Every gun guy out there, many gun guys have their own standards. So we become kind of hypocritical in a way because some of you guys may think some things that somebody may not think about that, right? Like some guys think that it's okay to get a background check. Some guys don't think that. Some guys think that it's okay to be a felon, and after you pay your crime and reestablish back into society, you should own a gun. Some guys don't think that. So again, every guy out there, as much as we like to say, we believe in the Second Amendment and the right should not be infringed and all this, everybody has like a little thing that you believe. Some people say, you know what, I believe you got to be 18 years old to buy a gun. Some people don't believe that. So everybody has an opinion about something. And overall, the president had a couple things that he said that I really didn't agree that much, but overall, generally speaking, he does support the Second Amendment. So I'm happy with that. If we look at the other side, really there's no support for the Second Amendment. If you vote Democrats, your rights to own guns will be very limited. I'm just going to say it that way. I'm convinced. I mean, think about this. Kamala Harris is, nominated for VP. She said in the first 100 days, she would give the Congress 100 days to create or make laws that make sense to her, that makes sense, whatever, she didn't say make sense, but she said she's gonna give him 100 days to do the thing so she could sign. If not, she was gonna use executive order. Obviously, gun control that makes sense to her. So if we go that side, definitely guns are not gonna be there. So I like what AOG said here. They said there's two sides. It says there's light and dark. Man, ain't that true, man? Let me just highlight a couple comments here. Kelly watching from Missouri. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing good. Stanley watching as well. Appreciate it. And RIP is in the house. And Punch is in the house as well. So let's see. Oh, Mateo's in the house as well. What's up, brother? So again, there is. I just want to say this. There is going to be two sizes. Where we heading, and where we heading to. So a lot of guys are saying, yeah, I'm not going to participate. I'm not going to be part of the voting system or anything like that. And I think that's the wrong answer. I think that we have to participate and we have to pick a side and we have to make our vote count. And you're going to have to make your own decisions. I'm not here to tell you what decision you're going to make. Really not. You make your own decision. I'm just here to share my opinions and my belief and what I think, that or the course of action that I'm going to follow. So when I look at the two sizes, I see, gun control, extremely gun control in one side. I see one side providing, total law and order or advocating law and order. I see another side not advocating law and order. In fact, I see one side supporting police officers and supporting law and order. I see another side supporting criminals. Criminals. All right. So it is what it is. Everyone that have been shot lately has been criminals. So it hasn't been and has resisted arrest. One common denominator. Everybody said, well, the common denominator is that they're all black. I say the common denominator is that they all resisted arrest. That is the common denominator. Because I'm a minority. I've been pulled over many times. I've never been shot. And trust me, I'm a minority because I got an accent. So the moment that I speak, that I'm a minority. So again, it is it is what it is. It's kind of crazy what we're seeing. But again, you got guns, you have law and order, you have one side that, in my opinion, it hates total God. Hates God. And we got Christians debating this concept. We have Christians talking about this, and we have Christians, fighting over this. But it's reality. If you hate the principles of God, you pretty much hate God. That's it. Either you serve one side. The Bible is very specific, says you cannot have two masters. You cannot have two masters. Either you're going to serve one or you're going to serve the other one. So if you go against the things of God, that means that you don't love God. Jesus says, if you love me, you follow my commands. It's pretty simple, right? So we're talking about a side that is talking about abortions. We're talking about a side that is talking about having babies ripped out of, mom's belly, putting them on a table and waiting till they die. We will make them comfortable. That's what that governor from Virginia, I think said. We will make them comfortable as they die. So, and then we go into the conversation, say, well, they like to justify this when they say, things like, well, there's women that get raped and they want to have an abortion. We all know, and I said this again in the past, I have said this a couple times. The reason why they have an abortion, one of the top reasons, is because they fail or they believe that a man will not provide for them. So, in other hands, us guys out there, you're a man, I'm a man. If you're a man, if you're a lady, obviously this is not for you. But if you're a man, a woman believe that we won't provide for them, which, being a provider is one of our top essentially one of our top required things that God gave us, or mandates, if you want to put it like that. God says we need to provide for our family. So a woman believes that we won't provide, according to stats, and they have an abortion. So when we guys get judgmental and we want to judge the woman for doing that, just keep in mind that we have a little piece. Because if we would do the right thing and we would set the example, maybe she wouldn't do that. So again, I know I'm talking about abortions and things like that, and sometimes we like to blame the lady, but that's not all reality. It's not her fault 100%. Obviously, there's things she could do. She could have safe sex, or people believe what they believe, but they could have safe sex, and they could do many other things and things like that. But just keep in mind too that one of the first reasons, or one of the top reasons why a woman, according to stats, why a woman has an abortion is because they feel that a man won't provide. That's pretty sad if you tell me, when it comes down to the guys, right? So again, we got a side that hates the Second Amendment. We have a side that hates law and order, that glorify criminals. We got a side that pretty much a lot of the things that God says is out the window. They support different lifestyles. They support, at this point, they want to put guys dressed like girls in a kids bathroom. I mean, if you want to be a dude and you want to dress like a girl, I mean, that's up to you, brother. I mean, that's totally up to you. But you ain't going in my little girl's bathroom, man. I mean, I thought that was just common sense. If you want to talk about common sense, that's common sense, man. If you want to wear a dress, wear a dress, but you ain't going in my little girl's bathroom. I mean, that's just, I don't, I mean, that's just, how are we even having this conversation, right? But apparently you have to have the conversation. So, and again, so we have this, and where are we heading to, right? Where are we heading to, coming up November? Where's America heading to if you don't become part of the system? Because I'm going to tell you, there is a propaganda being played right now. There is a total propaganda. If you turn TV, you see Fox News, you see CNN, and you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to be part of the solution. So where are you going to be at? I'm going to tell you right now, where are you going to be at? I just posted a video, and I was pretty disgusted with it. And I'm going to bring this up here. If you haven't watched it, all right, this is the live stream that we're doing right now, obviously. It says, let me see, this one right here, it says disgusting. The second one, right? And I was pretty disgusted about that, because what we see there is that we just saw, again, we saw, a couple, a white couple, older couple, having dinner or having lunch at a restaurant, just minding their own business. Truly minding their own business. So out of nowhere, you see a mass amount of people. You see people coming down. You see people screaming at them based on the fact that they are white. That's it. They got picked out of the bunch for being white. That to me should be like a hate crime or something. If you pick somebody based on the color of the skin, based on the religious, based on the sexual preference, and all that stuff is discrimination. So they get picked based on the fact that they're white. They get cursed out. F this, F that, the finger to their face. And out of nowhere, if you haven't watched the video, I did play the video there. Out of nowhere, there's a lady, and this lady kind of like grabbed the dude's drink and started drinking his drink. Like she's just pounding the drink, and then she puts it there like in your face kind of thing. So, and again, we're talking about millions upon millions of dollars of destruction, and there is nothing being done about it. I'm actually pretty upset about this. I'm actually very, very upset about this. It's just insane. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I blame the politicians. I blame the politicians and the local officials of those towns. I mean, if that would have been happening in my town right here, bless the Lord, I live in Florida. You come into the South, and, just bless the Lord that I live down here. I don't live in some of this progressive, God hating, towns or cities, because Again, politicians not doing their job. If you're charging homeowners, you're charging business owner, you're charging civilians that live, the community, so much money on taxes. You're supposed to be protecting our community. You're supposed to be establishing law and order. You're supposed to be establishing a safe environment. I mean, that's why you're taking all my money, or a good portion of my money. So what are you doing? If I'm a business owner and people are destroying my facility, no, that's just unacceptable. Those business owners should be suing these people, right? Let's see. Um, Damon said that happened in Pittsburgh. Protests. Yeah, I mean, it's insane. And again, this is a couple. This is not the first couple. I saw just about a week ago that another older guy, and he was an older guy, probably 60 years old. He got pushed down into the ground. He got hit in the back of his head or something like that. And again, that's just unacceptable. That's unacceptable. It's happening everywhere. I had a guy that just today, what did he say? He called me something like, "Oh, look at this Mexican trying to be white." First of all, I'm not Mexican. So if you call me Mexican, wouldn't that be racist? I'm just saying. That would be kind of racist, because I'm not Mexican. It's like calling Cubans to Mexican. And the way that you're saying it is mean. But again, no, it's just that I'm not in agreement with your philosophy. I don't think, even if you are upset, I'm thinking this. If you are upset, and I don't think that I say that in the video, but if you are upset with the police and the way that the police has handled whatever situation, what did that white couple have to do with anything? They don't have to do anything. They don't work for the police. They're just having a dinner. So that tells me that you're not upset with the police. You're really upset with the white man. So, which to me is stupid. It's stupid because the white man is the large majority in this country. You don't want to upset the white men. They they are the majority in this country. In a tactical looking, or like looking at this at a survival situation, probably not a good idea because they are the majority in this country. They have the numbers. But why are we doing this? What are we doing? It's total hate. It's total hate. And what I have seen for the last 6, 7 months, maybe longer by now, it's just a race war against the white man. I've seen that. I'm trying to be neutral. I'm trying to like kind of step outside and look into the situation. And what I'm seeing is disgusting. They call them lazy. They calling them privileged. There's not privilege. White people work. Many of them work. you know uh they call him names. They have called them the biggest threat to the United States. They're not the biggest threat to the United States. Like I say, they have the biggest numbers. If they will be a threat, we would know. We would definitely know. uh they get harassed in the streets. You got white people washing people's feet. Like, what is going on, man? Really, what is going on with that? Totally hitting in the wrong location. I'm going to tell you what, I don't care what people say about this. The white man has nothing, absolutely zero things to apologize for when it comes down to slavery. Zero, nothing. First of all, there were black slave owners. Look it up. Go into Google, onto YouTube, and type that. There were black people that were slave owners. So, in theory, then black people should have to apologize to black people. That's just that. And two, we cannot hold the sin of slavery forever and forever, because we have all fall short of God's grace. And if we're going to look at it that way, let's think about this. The Native America, what did they used to do? Right? If you go into like Mexico and all that, the Aztecs or the Mayans used to like kill thousands upon thousands, burn their bodies. There's reports that they used to eat each other, sacrifice their bodies to the sun, to God or whatever, the sun god. So again, it's insane. And if you look into this right now, 2020, there's a crazy amount of human trafficking. That is slavery. There is human trafficking right now that is slavery all over the United States. And I want to say that the top one, I think there are Hispanics coming from, like, countries down south. So again, to hold the sin of slavery to the white man for like forever, it's just nonsense. And in fact, white people were slaves too. If you look into Europe and all that, there were many white people that were slaves, right? Not in America that I know, but other than human trafficking right now. But again, we want to live in that mentality where, like, oh, the white man, we have to hold this against them for like forever. No. And plus, anybody that is watching here, no one that is watching here is the slave owner. So you're telling me that, let's think about this. My kid that is half white and half Hispanic, I don't know what that will make him. I guess it doesn't really matter because nowadays you could identify yourself as anything. Maybe he identify himself as a lion. As long as it's a lion and not a unicorn, I'll be okay. But so does that mean that because it's half white, does he have to apologize to people? No, dude, that's silly. That is nonsense. That's just another thing that they want to push in order to make money. You have people trying to ask for money because my great 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 grandfather was a slave. Come on, dude. Really, man? No, dude. You know, just go out there and work hard, just like we all do, just like I did when I came from Cuba. I had to learn a different language, completely a different language at the age of 15. I joined the Marine Corps. I served for 11 years in the Marine Corps. I was, able to go, or I went into combat deployments. I work hard. I went to college and I got a college degree, and now I got a good job. And guess what? I don't know my dad that good. So it's okay. We could all do it. All you have to do is work hard, right? And yes, there will be difficulties in life. There will be issues in life, but you could work hard. Just don't hold into that excuse, forever and ever. It's, man, I don't even want to hear, man. I really know. I'm tired of it. It's really, it's just, I'm tired of it. I don't want to hear it. People been using that one too much for excuses. I don't think we're heading in the right direction. If you look at it in the right versus left, like, there is a direction that I don't like. I don't like the left. I don't like no law and order. I don't like the fact that they want to take our guns. I don't like the fact that they don't want to have our community safe. I really don't like that. I don't like the fact that they don't condone criminals. I don't like the fact that they're giving criminals a U.S. flag that is typically given to first responders or military members that do the ultimate sacrifice. I don't like none of that. I don't like that they want to make me feel like I'm a victim. I'm not a victim. I don't need you to give me anything for free. I'm going to go to work and I'll be okay. I don't like that. I'm liking the other side so far. There's more conversations about God. They love freedom. They love the Second Amendment. And again, that's what I'm going for. So America's heading in the right direction or not, that's going to be up to you. What are you going to do? In what direction do you want to take America into? Do you want to take it into, chaos and craziness stuff because you enjoy that? Well, I guess you go that way. If you want to continue to love the good Lord, you believe in a Second Amendment, or these principles right here are more aligned with your moral principle, even religious matters, if that's what you call it, then go your way. But you got to be part of, of what's going on. You really do. You got to be part of what's going on. Don't just, be like, all right, whatever, whatever it is, I'm going to go with it, because that's just not going to work out, man. Really, nah. Put some comments down there. I'm going to answer some guys. Brito's in the house. First time seeing you, brother. I hope you're doing good. Cuba Libre. Yeah. Oh, man. I haven't heard that in a while. Mary's in the house. You in the civilian life yet, bro? Let me know in the comment section. So let's see who else is out there. Any comments or anything like that, put it down in the comment section below. And I'm going to address some of the comments right now. Appreciate everybody that's watching. It's like 20-something, 24 people watching. You guys are fantastic. And I appreciate the support of the channel. The channel has been coming up to 7 years and something. Some of you guys been hanging out with me for a long time, like Mateo, been hanging around with me for a long time, man. I appreciate that, brother. It being a long time, actually. So I'm gonna check out some of those comments right there. All right, Mario said November, start terminal leave. Man, I remember when I did that. Woo, good. That's good. Mattel, only 7 years doesn't seem that long. Yes, man. Yeah. 7 October, no, August 21st, I think. So it being 7 years and a month about there. And coming up, what, how many subscribers we got? I don't know. Okay. 60,600. How many subscribers I have? I don't know. That should tell you how much I care about those things. I was actually kind of excited that I hit 60,000 subs. I don't know why. 60,000 was kind of cool. So me and Katico, man, I was telling, hey man, I'm about to hit 60,000. So I got excited about that one. I think the next one that I'm gonna get excited is 100,000 if I make it there, or whenever I make it there. We will see. So, um, but yeah, man, it has been 7 years and it has been a long time, really, really a long time. So, anybody got any comments? Put it in the comment section below. Any questions? Anything you guys want to talk about? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'm kind of watching some of these comments that I kind of neglected. Um, let's see. Uh, Gary says I'm still waiting for 1,000. Go ahead and go and subscribe. Gary. Gary is an awesome guy. He's been with me for a long time as well. Mateo says we're Scottico, man, and he's doing good, man. I see him all the time, really, all the time, and he's a cool dude. We talk. Actually, we were just talking and texting all that stuff. He's doing great. Kafer said the Shield Daily Flow. How long, man? That been like 6 years, man. That was. It's interesting sometimes when you do a video. And I appreciate the 7 years. Excellent. When you do a video that is kind of crappy as crappy as it can be. That video was crappy. Actually, you know what? I carry that shield that was in that video. That's the gun that I carry now. And I've been carrying for months by now. I still carry that gun all the time. I either carry the M&P shield or I carry the Glock 42. And the reason why is sometimes I like to pocket carry, but I had to fight my wife over the Glock 42 because she loves it. But that was just a video that I did one time. You know, I pick a name, I put it there. I just did the video, you know, and I talk. I mean, it was at the beginning of my YouTube career. I don't know if this is a career, but YouTube video making. And man, the video took like, I don't know, like 700,000 views or something. I mean, who, if I would have known that video was going to take that much, you know, views, I probably would have done a better job. Oh man. Let's see. Damon says my first carry was a Shield Knight. Yeah, I love mine, man. I really do. And I think it's a really good choice because it gives you a 7-round magazine and it gives you an 8-round magazine. So you have that ability, you know, you could use that 7-round if I remember correctly. Excuse me, but I could use that 7-round, you know, a little bit more concealment, and then to reload, you could use that 8-round magazine. So you have that extension right there, which, you know, to get a magazine that is extended, a lot of times you have to like pay more money, right? Or you got to get an extended +2 or something like that. So I think it's really good. And then I believe that Smith and Wesson sold like maybe like millions, 4 millions or something like that. Some of you guys put it in the comments. Like I want to say like 4 millions M&P shields. So you know they're popular, you know they're out there, and it's just a good gun, man. It's really a good gun. It's reliable. I mean, a lot of rounds through mine. I don't even know. I don't have a count, but I shot a lot. It carries well. It's really slim. And at one point, I want to say Palmetto State had him for like 250. So $250. That pistol is not a budget pistol at all. That pistol is fantastic. Actually, I want to say was I don't remember who told me that I actually bought two of them, one for him and one for his wife, because they were so inexpensive. Bowles, Tansy, Bull Tansy said he carried an M&P Shield 45. I shot the 45 too, and I liked it. I remember I liked it. I think that there's a little bit of difference between the 45 and the 9 mil. I don't remember if it's a little thicker or I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, I liked it. Let's see. Mateo has a Glock 33. Kif been carrying the shield, man, and you know what? I carry the shield with a Vetus holster, and it's one of those hybrid holsters that had leather in the back, and I love it. I love it. It's very very comfortable, and a lot of times I wear basketball shorts. When I'm wearing basketball shorts, sometimes I have a holster from Bravo Concealment. Guys, if you guys need holsters, check out Bravo Concealment. They have really good holsters at a really good price. The only issue is that they don't do lefties. So if you're a lefty, you're pretty much out of luck with them. But yeah, the holsters are very inexpensive in my opinion and good quality. So I also use a holster from Bravo Concealment as well, which I carry when when I'm wearing basketball shorts or something. Now that it's good to wear basketball shorts, it's really not, but you should have a belt and all that. But if I'm coming out real quick to the gas station or something, and I'm wearing my shorts, I do that. Mirror say carry a Glock 26 all day, baby. Yeah, man. Glock 26, such an awesome pistol, man. I remember shooting the Glock 26. Actually, I got a couple videos in the channel that have tons of views in the Glock 26. And believe it or not, man, the Glock 27, man, some of the videos that I have in the Glock 27 have like thousands upon thousands. People really like the Glock 27. I know Mateo is a 40 fan. Um, I bought it for Stacy, because Stacy had a Glock 22. So I got her a Glock 27. Yes, you guys make fun of me because my wife has a 40 cal and I have the 9 mil, but all right, I take it. I guess I take it. But I remember shooting the Glock 26 and I enjoyed it very, very much. I mean, that pistol being around for years upon years is reliable, it's dependable, it's being around for a long time. You know it's gonna work, and it's a fantastic choice. And if you combine it with like Glock 17 Max, where you have a 17 round magazine, I think you could even use it for home defense if you have to. I think that's a great gun. Brutal say Cavellas around Christmas time, shield for 235 can beat that. Man, really, I think that is really the best deal. And I seen it for 250 for sure. But I think that's one of the best deals that you could ever got. Yeah, no doubt about that, man. All right, let's see. AOG. If I gave my son a Glock 19 Gen 4 MOS for his 21 birthday, man, what a gift, bro. That's a good one right there. But I got a Glock 17 MOS that I got in my safe with an optic. And you know what, man? I hate to say this, but I haven't got into, and I haven't shot it in a while, to be honest. But I haven't got into the optic yet, man. I think I'll kind of fall into, like, you see all these ninjas around here with the guns and the optics and all that, and I kind of fell into it. Let me try it out to see if I like it. I don't like it. I don't think I like it. I think I'm just old school with my sights on a pistol. On a rifle, you gotta have optics. But again, the MOS that I have is just fantastic, man. Really good. When I got it was a Gen 4 because the Gen 5 hasn't been out yet. I remember that. And it's just a great pistol, man. It works great. I think it's a great choice, bro. And again, if you don't like the optic, you don't want to use it as an MOS, use the optics section of the pistol. You could just use it as a regular pistol. So I think it gives you a lot of capabilities. All right, Tansy said the 45 is a hair thicker than the 9, enough so that the 9 holster is too small. That's what I think. I've been having that question, so I'm glad you answered that question, bro. Mateo says I have the 26, great gun. Yeah, man, no, I mean, no doubt. Throw punches, iron size. Yeah, no, I mean, I like iron size or a regular size for a pistol. I think that, I mean, I'm not saying that there's nothing right or wrong here, guys. So if you run an optic in your pistol, it's great. I just think that if you get an optic in your pistol, a lot of guys have the idea that you're gonna put an optic and it's just gonna work, and that's not true. You're gonna have to do a lot of training, and yes, you will be more accurate. No doubt about that. I was just shooting at 25 yards with I think it was a Trigicon RMR, and I think it was a Glock 19. Yeah, with Tactical Men. And then my pistol with a Glock 17 with Leupold Delta Point Pro or Pro Point, whatever, however you say that. And it was just fantastic. I mean, 25 yards, you're very accurate. It works fine. I see guys hitting at 100 yards. I can see that. I mean, those optics are great, but it takes a little bit to learn how to do that. It's not to just get the gun and you're shooting that good. It's going to take a lot of practice, because I'm going to tell you the biggest issue is going to be those follow-on shots. You take a shot if and you be on target, but the second shot may take you a little bit and finding that dot. So essentially, when you bring the pistol up, if you don't have that pistol in the right position, like holding that pistol perfectly, you may bring that pistol up and you don't see that dot, and then you find yourself looking for that dot. So you're moving the pistol around to see the dot, to be able to engage, and it may be like a split of a second or 2 seconds or a second and a half, but I'm telling you, it feels kind of weird. It feels kind of weird. And some people are going to say, well, it takes training. No doubt, that's true. It takes training. The question is, are you willing to put a lot of rounds through it? Because I'm going to tell you what, Tactical Men, I believe Tactical Man put like 1,000 rounds through the Glock 19, and he wasn't happy with it. He felt that he still needed more time. So it's not as simple as some people make it seem. Now, in a rifle, no doubt an optic is the way to go, because obviously in a rifle is different. You have 3 point of contact. You're holding that pistol grip. You're holding that front handguard. The stock is to your shoulder. You could position yourself really nice and tight right there, and you won't have those issues that you may have with a pistol, looking for a dot and all that stuff. So yeah, a rifle, you definitely need to have an optic. All right. Mateo says, love the RMRs. I have been converting my pistols over to dots. Yep. I mean, nothing. The RMR, I think it was fantastic. I just think that some people, new guys into the platform, may think that it's really easy, and it's not as easy as some people make it seem. It takes a little bit more. Uh, it takes a little training. Gregory say, I used to have a Glock 29. I remember you talking about that, brother. Uh let's see. Let's see who else is out there. I'll tell you a quick story about the shield. Wife carries a shield 9. I went to the range one time years ago. It had to be at the beginning that I got it with Stacy. And Stacy can shoot. That girl can shoot. Don't let her. She could shoot, put rounds down range very, very good. And she's like shooting the MMP shield, and she's like all over the target, all over the target. And I'm like, man, I'm looking at the target and be like, wow, baby, you're all over the target. She puts the gun down and she looks at me and she says, I don't like this gun. I was like, well, okay, you don't like the gun. And she's like, I like my Glock 19. She takes the Glock 19 and she's like, bam, bam, bam. And she had like a little tight little circle, right? And she said, you see? Anyways, what does that mean? Doesn't really mean anything, It just means that she was more comfortable with the Glock 19. She knew the pistol more, and she shot it so much that she was very, very comfortable. I'm pretty sure that she would have spent the time with the MMP shield. She would have got to that level as well. But that's just to show you how a lot of times it takes a little bit of training and things like that. So again, any gun that you get, you're gonna have to do some training, and you're gonna have to work it out. Um, AOG says, love my RMR, but I could shoot iron sights all day. Yeah, man, the fundamentals are always good. Once you get the fundamentals, you keep going from there. Mateo says, be moving to LVPO. Those are the variable. I forgot what it stands for. Help me out, Mateo. So I use one, and man, I like that, man. I like the concept because you have them where you could go 1 to 6. So the one power, it kind of feels like a red dot in a way. You know, you could look through it, both eyes open. You see the dot or you see the cross, and you engage. But then you have the ability to zoom in times 6, even times 4. Some of the older ones are power 4, something like that. Um, I like them. I like the concept a lot. I really do. I only used one, which was the Vortex one. I forgot what it was called. Vortex something. It was okay. I wasn't able to be consistent with that one. I don't know if it was me. I don't know if it was the optic or what it was. But yeah, I think they're cool, man. I really think it's cool. I should give them a try again. There we go. Thank you, Mattel. Low variable power optics. Let me put that in here. Uh, let's see. LG says I have a Vortex Vipers 1 to 6 on my DDM4 V716. Woo, that's a pretty good. That's a lot of money right there, bro. Oh man, let's see. Man, I haven't been able to. If you guys done any shooting, let me know down in the comment section below. I got a few more minutes that I'm going to be here, but I haven't really done any shooting lately. And I got a friend or a person that I know. Talked to him the other day. He owns a gun store, and he actually invited me to go shooting at a range that is close to here. And I was like, yeah, we got to do it. I want to do it. I want to record some videos and things like that. But it's just with the ammo issues, not being able to find ammunition and things like that. I'm just kind of being careful. I don't want to go and shoot my rounds that I have and then something happen and not be able to replace him or not be able to find ammunition. And some of the stores are what they're doing now is that they don't even sell you ammunition unless you buy a gun, which to me is kind of like nonsense. But I guess I'm not going to tell people how to run the business if that make any sense. So, but again, I just haven't been able to go and shoot any guns because I don't want to. I don't want. I don't want to waste my stuff. Um, Mateo said plenty of 40 in the shell, jar 6. Yeah, I would think so. 9 mil probably will be the one that is a little bit more scary. Remember when we Mateo probably remember this. Remember when we did the whole 22 scare? Was it years ago? Maybe like 5, 6 years. People were flipping out over 22. Oh, yeah, it had to be more than 6 years. Maybe like 6 years ago. I my a family member just got a 22, and I gave him a bunch of boxes of 22. And she was like, where you got this ammo from? I'm like, man, from the ammo scare like years ago. I still have like a ton of 22. It's been a few years since I have that. So I don't flip out about 22 no more. If that comes out around again, I don't do the 22 anymore. Yeah, 2013. There we go. I don't know. I kind of felt I get the 22. There's a lot of good things to do with the 22. No doubt about that. Practice, having fun, teaching children the fundamentals, learning the fundamentals. I won't ever argue that a 22 will kill you. 22 will light somebody up. I still got my Ruger 1022 in there in my gun safe. So yeah, there's definitely good things about it. But I kind of I feel like for self defense nowadays, you need to have a caliber that is bigger than a 22. So, but again, I guess I'm not the only one because uh, over 40 says, same here, ton of 22. Yeah, man. Here's the thing that squirrel hunting. Man, I haven't heard nothing about that, man. But I mean, the elections are coming up, and we don't know what's going to happen, man. Really, we don't know. What I could tell you is that we need to go out there and vote. We need to make our vote count, and I feel that there's a couple talking points that is going to take place because that's just how it is. You know, the media is in the business of making money, so they're going to continue to make us live in fear. They're going to continue to preach uh, crazy information. I'll tell you guys something. I may do a video about this, but I was talking to my pastor, and apparently we posted. I guess the CDC came out with a story that says, or information that said that only like a small percentage of people actually die from COVID-19. I believe it was like 6% or something like that. Don't quote me in the number, but it was a very very small percentage. So a video was posted on the page, the Facebook page of the church, and say, "Hey, look, we because the church is in fear, and if you're a Christian man out there, Christian woman, we got to stop that. Good Lord did not give us the spirit of fear. We got to be smart about things. We got to prepare about things, but we got to be, we can't be living in fear, right? God gave us the spirit of love, a power, a sound mind. We don't need to be in fear. And we posted that in the page on Facebook, and Facebook took it down. So I mean, this is a pastor posting a story that was found by the CDC. This is the CDC. This is not a conspiracy crazy person in the internet. This is the CDC. The same people that told us to wear a mask, right, and be all silly and have 6 feet apart and all that stupid stuff. And we post that on Facebook, and Facebook removes it. And to me, it's kind of crazy because, I mean, apparently Facebook thinks that they're in the business of saying what is right and what is wrong, And again, it's a private business, and people say that all the time. But let me tell you something: when a private business is passing an agenda that is trying to affect our political system, it stops being a private business. What it becomes is a tool, a propaganda tool that is being used to affect our political system. It's not just your private business. So people have a conversation about this all the time. It's like, it's a private business. Yeah, okay. It's a private business. The gas station in the corner is a private business. The Target right there is a private business. But when a private business is using their information, their influence, and they're targeting different techniques, or they're using different techniques to shift the way that we conduct our political system in this country, it starts being a private business. Now you're doing things to affect a political business. And that's kind of what we're seeing. Again, CDC posts this, which is an agency from the government. We put them on Facebook, they remove it. Apparently, we violated some type of rule. Same thing happened here. Videos get removed from the gun community all the time. And it's like, what rule did we break? Did we break a rule? No. I literally been giving strikes, and then I appeal the strike, and they have taken it out, but they don't give me an excuse. So let's see. Over 40 said good night. Good night, brother. I'm about to go to bed as well. I got a couple minutes and I'll be out of here as well. So AOG. All right, my brother. Hope you're doing good. And have a good night and have a blessed one as well. So again, is interesting. So I'm not surprised. Whatever happened in November is going to happen, and there's going to be some talking points. I'm sure at one point they're going to start saying, "Well, if President Trump loses, he won't leave. So what are we going to do? Do we got to call the military?" That's going to be in place. There's going to be different talking points that they're going to take place, and they don't know. And it's funny to see all these polls that say, "Oh, he's losing," and I'm thinking to myself, I was talking to somebody about this. I haven't voted. I haven't been part of that poll. My wife hasn't. My family hasn't. I know so many people that haven't been part of that poll, but the poll shows that President Trump is losing. Really? Because I could tell you right now of 15 people that didn't participate on that poll. So that tells me that there's thousands upon thousands of people that didn't participate on that poll. But it's just silly, man. Just silly stuff. Let's see. Airdrop Kai on the rise. That's funny. Oh man. Damon says I need to take off. Pump has been sitting here. All right. Have a great night. All right, brother. Have a good night. Do you think Kyle is going to face any charges? Probably not. I don't think so. I don't think he will. It was clearly self-defense. I think that what's going to happen is going to be just like what happened on Missouri. Once all this calmed down, they're going to go through a trial, and if he has a good lawyer, he's going to walk out. I mean, multiple suspects attacking him. Uh, they punch him in the back of the head. There was fire being fired before he engaged. He clearly didn't uh, decided to kill anyone that he wanted to. It wasn't about just shooting at people. You saw that at the moment that I think it was the last guy he shot. He was on the floor. He looked at the guy, and they kind of looked at each other. And there was a moment there. I think that moment is going to be critical, and it's going to get him out of this, because it was a moment that he paused, and it was about a second, and he engaged that last guy only when the guy rushed him. And actually, the guy had a gun in his hand, too. So again, that shows you right there that he didn't want to shoot people just because, like he paused, he got up, he didn't shoot at anybody else. The people that he shot at was people that attacked him. And I think he could justify deadly force on that. And again, there is so many different reports already, and so many people that are being hurt, like seriously or serious bodily harm happened to these people in different riots. So we know that that's what they do. And again, it goes back. You always could look at it this way: intent, capability, and opportunity. Did they intend to hurt him? I think we could say yes. That's the reason they were running after him. At one point, a guy was saying, "Go and get him." He got punched in the back of the head. He got hit with a skateboard. So they intend to do that. Did they have the capability to hurt him and kill him? Of course they did. They had a gun, and they had a skateboard, and there was a guy with a stick holding a stick, and they had their hands, right? Multiple people could beat you down and kill you. Did they have the opportunity? Yes, they were next to him. So based on the fact that they had intent, capability, and opportunity, it justifies him to use deadly force. Everybody else that is talking is basing emotions. When you go to court and you actually deal with this in a legal procedures, he's going to walk out. And a lot of the cops that have been called for police brutality are going to walk out too, because all these decisions that these politicians have made has been based on emotions to calm down people from rioting. That's what they're doing. They're firing people and they're charging to calm down people from rioting. But months pass by and they go through the legal system, they're going to walk out. You see, you watch. Let's see. That's interesting. Tansy said, look at Twitter. Biden can break 10 million followers. Trump have 85 million. Yeah, no doubt, man. That's funny. Oh, man. Here's the thing. The silent majority, yeah, but we have to go out there and encourage people to vote. I know that a lot of times in some jobs you can't talk about it, and sometimes it gets kind of iffy. I totally get that. But encourage people to vote. Definitely encourage people to vote. Don't let them, don't just say whatever and it's okay. No, encourage people to vote. All right. Let's see. You know what? It's interesting. Well, before I get into that, let me see. Over 40 say I don't think that it will ever go to trial. I don't think so neither, man. I don't think so neither. Oh, you know what this remind me, man? I'm gonna address this coming in a second, but what this remind me is like some of these people, what they're doing here, I could just think about back in the days, like hundreds of years ago when people would be like, "Oh, she's a witch," and they just murder you, and the whole town will come out and just like drown you and kill you. That's how I feel. Just because you say, "Oh, this cop did this or this that," it again, that doesn't mean anything. We have a legal system that has to go in place. We have a justice system that has to be done. And let's think about this. Let's literally think about this. If Kyle would have done something wrong, literally wrong, and he would have been guilty, let's just think about it that he would have been guilty for whatever reason. That still doesn't mean that you could come and kill him. You could just jump in 20, 30 people and beat the crap out of him and causing bodily harm. You still can do that, right? And it's funny because this is the same people that are protesting for that. So, in other words, the cops show up to Jacob, he sexually abused a woman, and he has to treat him with respect, right? That's what they're demanding. Oh, he should be treated with respect, which he was. He was giving, more than enough time to do the right thing, and he didn't. That's why he got shot. He didn't get shot because the cop is racist and attacked him. He got shot because he didn't follow simple instruction, because he fought the police, and because he went to a car to grab a weapon to hurt our cops. But you got the vice president nomination, Kamala Harris, talking good about him. You got to be kidding me, man. And he sexually abused a woman, which, by the way, was the woman that called the cops. He sexually abused her while it was the child. A kid was in the bed. No way, dude. And we glorifying this criminal. And apparently he got like $2 million in donation. Insane. Literally insane. Right? So again, let's think about this. Even if he would have done something wrong and you still attack him, he still will have the right to self-defense. Yeah, you have to look at deadly force as a moment. In the moment that he did that, was he justified to defend himself? And the answer is yes, he was justified, to my opinion. All right, let's see. Here's the thing that I want to say about Kamala Harris. I feel that the reason why they picked him or picked her is because essentially, she is obviously, they're playing the, oh, she's a black woman, which, by the way, she's not even supposed to be black. She's supposed to be like Indian or something. But now that she got picked, I always see her talking. Like, you don't see Biden talking that much. And I hate to go into the conspiracy or anything, but I feel like if they will get elected, she will be the one actually running the show. Because let's face it, Biden doesn't even remember his name, and people are being mean to him about this. Don't be mean to him. All right, he's old. He's an old man. All right, so chill out. He's old. He should be playing golf and playing with his grandkids. Listen, Grandpa, it's time for you to let it go. I know it could be hard. It's like when Grandma can't have a driver's license no more, and it's hard for her to let it go because you're giving away your independency, or now you got to be dependent of your daughter to take you shopping. I get it. It has to be hard. One day I'll be there. Bless the Lord if I make it there. But it's the same thing. You got to let it go. It's time for you to go home. You're rich, many, many, many millions of dollars, I believe. And it's time for you to go and sit down in your beautiful house where you don't have to worry about paying mortgage or buying shoes for your children because they're starting school, and just enjoy your life, your last few years that you have. So, again, I feel like she will be the one running everything. Let's see. Carbine say it is all emotional. I agree, man. Making decisions to win votes, that's all what it is. Yeah, emotional. I don't do emotional decisions. Don't ever do emotional decisions. You see that in active shooter situations. A lot of times said, don't you want to protect the kids? I do want to protect the kids. Me giving you my guns is an emotional decision. People are like burning down or cutting their AR-15s in half and all that. That's emotional. Let it go. That's emotional. If you really want to protect the children, we could put police officers in the school. We could train the teacher. We could put programs in place that is going to allow that kids don't get bullied. I mean, so many different things you could do. Giving you my AR-15 that is sitting in my safe is not going to protect anybody. So, all right, let's see. Uh, uh, I appreciate you, Burrito. Thank you so much, my brother. Just sharing some ideas here. Uh, yeah, Democrats want to throw out due process. Yeah, I definitely agree that, and it's just sad. We all deserve that. That is a fundamental of this country, and like I say, that's an example right there for Kyle. Even if Kyle would have been guilty, he still needs to have that process. He would have been arrested. Charges will be pulled against him, and then we could do that way. That doesn't mean that because people are saying that, whoa, he did something. That doesn't mean you could beat somebody down in the middle of the street and kill him. And he had the right to be scared for his life because we got to remember one thing. This is a tip for you concealed carriers out there. If you conceal carry a gun, there is a gun. Any confrontation that you get into it, there is a gun. You have it. So if you get overpowered by a few guys and they take your gun, they will kill you. So that's not good. Mateo says Democrats want to throw out the Constitution. Yeah, you're right. They've been talking about it all the time. They always, especially the Second Amendment, they always want to like have you know, excuse me, but they always want to. Oh well, the Second Amendment doesn't mean what it means. Yeah, it means what it means. Uh, Yes, these riots have turned into felons rioting for other felons in support of them committing felonies. Man, thank you, man. That was amazing. Yeah, yeah. And politicians supporting them and giving them flags and all that stuff. Ah, this is insane. Let's see. Hmm. Over 40 says, I don't think he wants to even wants to be president. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that, man. I don't think he knows. Oh man. Alan says, God bless America. Please do not let these radicals in power. I'm telling you, man, go out there and you know what? This is why one of the reasons why I do this. This is one of the reasons that I do this. I'm not gonna lie. There have been some months in YouTube that I've done well and I make pretty decent money. Not when I say pretty decent, it's just enough to be like, oh man, I got $500-$600, this month, right? There have been some months that I've done better than that. There have been months that I haven't done nothing. I've been kicked out. I've been demonetized. There have been years. People say all the time this, by the way. People say, oh man, it's nice that you make a little bit of money on YouTube. Now, for years. I mean, who in the right mind would do this for years? Full time, all the time. Because I believe that we have to speak about this and speak against that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with coming here and speaking about it. And the thing about it is that you need to understand one thing. When you learn facts and you throw facts, it goes back to the emotional belief. You blow those guys apart. They have no idea. When they tell you, you know what, guns kill people, and you start throwing facts, then they get like confused. They don't even know what to tell you. And that's what you got to do. You got to learn facts. So when you debate with somebody, you could properly debate with somebody, just facts. Let's see. Uh, any other comments? Put it down in the comment section below. There's about 26 of you guys watching. Appreciate that. Obviously, if you want to support the channel, make sure you like the video. Make sure you share this video. Share this video somewhere. If you're sharing Facebook and I guess you're in trouble and you start to debate people on Facebook, sorry. It is what it is. So, but again, if you want to support the channel, you can do that. You could like, you could share the video. Obviously, you could become a member of the squad. Man, fancy. This is all fancy, man. Look at this. There's a little thing right there that says join. You could join the squad. You could also become a patron. There's going to be a link down there. That's probably the best way because the join is cool, but YouTube is famous for um, you know, hitting me and demonetizing me and all that stuff. So Patreon is probably better. Or you could use my Amazon links. You guys know that you can use my Amazon links. It costs you no money, but I make money out of that. It's amazing, isn't it? You click there, you buy whatever. If you want to buy like weird stuff, I don't know what you buy. That's your problem. Don't tell me. Because sometimes I look at people's purchase and I'm like, really? I don't like you're buying like Korean makeup and this and that. All right, whatever, man. Whatever tickles you. But yeah, it doesn't cost you any money, but the channel get a few pennies back, and obviously we make a little bit of money of that too. That's how I support my channel. Appreciate that. Oh man. All right, let's see. Kiefer's out of here. Good night, brother. Hope you have a good night. Uh, over 40 says Facebook delete me already. Oh man. Um, let's see. Carbine says, bro, I wonder what is going on coming November. Everybody's saying that there is going to be a fight. I am trying not to push it, but honestly, I can't see how it ends any other way. We are at the breaking point. I don't know, man. Really, I don't know, because here's the thing. Man, I'm gonna tell you, like, people have these videos here on YouTube that said things like, big shout out to Adams. He gave me $3. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Uh, People say this all the time in YouTube, like, hey, um, there's going to be a civil war and all that stuff. And I really don't know how I feel about that. I really don't know because, to tell you the truth, um, I see the devastation. I see the issues. I see everybody flipping out about things. I obviously see all that stuff, right? I had to open. There we go. Give me 1 second. Gotta open this. So I see all that stuff, which is great. I mean, not great, but which is no arguments about it. It's out there, right? So I see all that. The problem that I have is that when I see the people that are doing it, I see a bunch of like losers, man. There's people, a bunch of losers, a bunch of kids, a bunch of people burning down a place. It's really what we see. What I'm seeing so far right now. Obviously, we have seen attacks. Those are pretty serious. But overall, when you look, like today, I did that video and I see the guy giving the finger and guys screaming at white people and all that. And it was a very feminine guy. Like that guy's not. I mean, that guy is so mild. It's like a little chihuahua. I used to have a little chihuahua, and she will bark like crazy. And it was great because she will wake me up, but she wasn't ready for the fight. Her purpose in life was just to bark to wake me up. I was going to be doing the fighting if anything happened, right? So when I see these people, I think to myself, nah, man, all these preppers here doing the prepare for civil war. I mean, I'm not saying don't have your basic needs. We all have firearms for self protection, food, water, and things like that. But I really think that the moment that the government or local official says, cops, reestablish order, start pulling people in jail, start putting, a law that say if you're rioting out there, you're going to be in jail for 10 years. I think people are going to go home and it's over. Really over. I mean, these people are doing this. This is attention. Just like today, my kid, your little Manny, wanted a toy, and he cried over a toy. And me and Mama said, no toy. And he cried and he cried, and we said, no matter how much you cry, there's no toy. And we made it home. We were coming from St. Augustine. We had a great time there, by the way. And I mean, no toy. And that's it. It was over. So I don't think there is an opponent that is worthy enough over, like, what are you gonna do? Like, really, these people are just a bunch of yeah, just a bunch of losers attacking like today, attacking a white couple that is an older couple. Whatever happened when you go into Twitter and you see them attacking like the Proud Boys or something? They get beat up. I just saw a video today. They got beat up. It was pretty bad. Why? Because they just attacking older people that they know they're not going to fight, and they being cowards in large majority. But what happened when they attack a kid with an AR-15? A kid. And if a kid did that to those three guys, what do you think is going to happen when a veteran, you know, attack a house of a veteran that is protecting his wife and children? It's not going to be good. Really not. So I don't know. I don't subscribe to the whole Civil War mentality yet. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't have the things that you need to have. I definitely think that, but I've been talking about that for years. Just food, water, your rifles, and things like that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't. I mean, I really not. I'm not buying the whole Civil War yet. So, like I say, all these guys, all it's like I was watching Ranger Star, and it was interesting because he said something. He was like, he kind of make the same comment. He was like, all these people, all these kids, guys that don't have any job, that are abusers, criminals that probably attack a woman, sexual assault, guys that really not meant that are meant to fight in attacking people. And he made a comment one time in one of his videos. He was like, look, man, I can make a phone call and I will have 12 guys here, highly trained, that know how to use a rifle. And he was like, I'm not saying that people won't take me down. All I'm saying is that, I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but all I'm saying is that you're going to have to work for it. So again, nobody knows, man. Nobody knows. I think it's going to get worse, to tell you the truth, to end this point. I think it's going to get bad when they start attacking houses. As right now, majority, there have been some communities being attacked, but majority has been businesses. The moment that they start attacking houses, they're going to face, the American people are going to be tired of it, because the American people they're going to protect the families. And the moment that, which they're doing now, they're going through houses and screaming and banging and making noises. But the moment that they start going through houses, they're going to have a bad time. And remember, all these places are like cities that are Democrats. You won't do that in my city. I'll tell you that right now. There's a lot of people here that love freedom, that love God, and they have guns. You won't do that in Florida. Florida has guns. Let's see. Um, but nevertheless, here's the thing, man. And I'm going to say this. I said this many times. Just make sure you have the things that you need. Make sure you have, a safety plan, a home defense plan. Make sure you have a little bit of water, a little bit of food. Make sure you have a way to communicate with the police, and make sure that, a lot of times people get crazy, but make sure you could defend your family for 10, 15 minutes. That's how long it may take the cops. In some cases, in some of the cities, it's getting crazy, but make sure you do an assessment. Look around. What's going on in your city? If something crazy is going on, maybe you need to amplify your preparedness. If it's okay, maybe your basic preparedness that you have is going to do. All right. So, man, I've been here for a while. I think I got to let you guys go. Anyways, appreciate you guys watching. It's awesome hanging out with some of you guys. Appreciate Mattel. Punch is out there. Aden, was nice to see you here in the comments. I appreciate the support, man. Over 40, first time I see you here as well. Appreciate the support. Uh, Juan Carlos is like, what are you guys talking about? Hey, Fabian, sorry, man. We're almost done. Appreciate your support. I appreciate you watching. Kafer, appreciate you watching too, man. Everybody that is watching out there, Kiv, seeing some of the comments. Matt, Brito, appreciate you watching too, man. All you guys are fantastic. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. And no matter what, here's the last thing I'm going to say. It gets crazy. It gets insane. People argue all over the news. It's all crazy. But I remember what I said at the end of my videos. God is in control. The good Lord is victorious. And he already won this battle. Remember that. He already won this battle. So as you prepare yourself into, home defense plan, a little bit of food, a little bit of this, like I always said, remember this. Prepare yourself with him. Be in prayer. Teach your children about the good Lord. Don't let the schools to teach your children. That is nonsense. Teach your children. Pray for your house. Pray with your family. Proclaim blessings over your home, over your wife, over your children, over your community. Tell the devil, rebuke them, and say it every single day when you wake up in the morning. Say, good morning, Lord. I am blessed. And I may face some issues today. There will be some issues and some stuff is going to come my way. And my day may get a little bit difficult. But guess what? The Lord is in control. He already won. and I'm going to do the best I can today. And at the end of the day, I'm going to just, make it to my house, wherever I am, and I'm going to give praises to the Lord because I'm going to stay there. I'm always going to be like this from here up, from here up. Look up, look up. Don't look to the sides because when you look to the side, all you see is nonsense. So prepare yourself physically, you know, whatever stuff we talk about here, but don't forget your preparation with the Lord is super important. He says, my people or my nations are lacking or are destroyed due to lack of knowledge. Paraphrasing there a little bit, but I think it's my nations are destroyed due to lack of knowledge. Anyways, appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for more videos. And as always, God, let me bring this up. I got to bring my outro. I forgot to set it up. Let me see. There we go, right here. God is in control.